Yo, what is up, my dudes? I'm back with another video. Um, today, this video was gonna be titled, The Story in the Data Live video game. As I went a little bit into the story in the original video, but I didn't really go into too much depth. Well, I'm gonna go into more depth now. Basically, this dream that I had was of Data Live, and it was in a video game, basically. Me playing a video game, and it was really good. It had some of the darkest story-wise in the series, besides like some of my friends' fanfics and such. But the story begins off with Shido going on this adventure to and actually completing level after level after level, basically. And then, right before the final boss, there was a cutscene where everyone was gonna come together to fight the final boss, basically, Westcott, basically. And right before the final boss starts, there was a cutscene. Now this is where the story just gets dark, basically. This reminds me of Bowser's Inside Story, because it's literally like what happened with that game. And in Inside Story, the final boss summons this dark mist, and actually was going to have it consume everyone and then rule the world. But that is essentially what happened with Westcott. He summoned this dark purple mist around DEM Castle, basically. It's not actual DEM, it's DEM Castle. It's a little weird that he was in a castle, but hey, it's a game. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly like the anime. So he summons this dark mist around the castle. You don't really think much of it until there's another. This is when it gets dark, though, because there's another shot of the dark mist summoning around other parts of the world, basically. Basically, if Shido, aka you, if Shido would have lost this final boss, Westcott would have had this dark mist consume everyone on the planet. Us, Shido, and the spirits would have all been consumed by this dark mist, and Westcott would have ruled the world, basically, just like at the end of Bowser's Inside Story, which I think is highly ironic that it literally was just like that game in story. In story and stuff, which, of course, you eventually fight Westcott, and there were two phases to the boss fight, yada yada yada, yada yada yada, and all that, but yeah, personally, this was some of the darkest story-wise in the Data Live series, at least for, like, dark-wise. It's really, really dark that Westcott was gonna use this dark mist on all of us to plunge the world into darkness, basically, if you did not win, which is just insane. It's really dark, and I honestly love it. I loved the story, I loved the gameplay, I loved the levels, and I loved the final boss, basically. I've already went into detail with the levels in final boss, though, so I will not go into that since this is about the story. Of course, you eventually win, and everyone is just okay. There's not. The dark mist disappears, and everyone just is fine. It's alright, because the world's saved and all that stuff. It's really but personally, it was just a really great story. Personally, have I read darker Date A Live stories? Yes, I have. But of course I won't get into those since those are really, really mature and have some adult topics in them that I will not repeat lest I have to edit it out. So, that personally, besides the fanfics, is probably the darkest I've ever seen the Date A Live series, personally, which is a good thing. It was really cool to have. It was really cool to have this just dark plot and everything. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. The story was a little short, but I mean, the game itself was short. But I mean, didn't really bother me. It was still a great game, still a great story, nonetheless. I wish they would make it for like the Switch or something, but they won't. So I mean, it's a dream. They're not going to do that. It's just obvious. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, peace out, guys.